Welcome to Season 3 of the Casual Camping Podcast, your home for the best camping discussion both in and out of the field. Here are your hosts, Tim and Ade.
Hello and welcome to not just another episode, the 100th episode of Casual Camping Podcast. I'm Ade.
And I'm Tim. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, people? We've made it to 100 episodes. Has anybody actually listened to them all? Is anybody listening to any of them?
Tim, we've got 4,000 new listeners every month. We think it's the same people, but it's not. There's enough people.
Everyone's just listening once.
It's just moving around the globe. And yet, we're still after the elusive Antarctic listener.
I know. It would have been great, wouldn't it, for our 100th episode to have somebody in the Antarctic send us a selfie with the podcast, on their phone or something.
Tim, I've got a surprise for you for our 100th. I'm only joking, man.
Oh. You sod. You absolute sod. I genuinely thought you got me then. I thought, really?
I was like, I've over-pegged this so much.
Oh,
no.
God, that was...
Pull back, Tim. Pull back, Ade. Pull back.
You forgot who you were then.
I did. I was like, I'm on the beer. Congratulations.
Congratulations to us.
Cheers.
100 today.
100. Who'd have thought a year after everybody else started making podcasts when there was the pandemic, we started a year later and we're still going.
I know. Most of those have stopped long ago. Yes. But here we are. We are still doing this. Still putting this nonsense out every week for you guys and gals.
Hey. I mean, half the time, I know we're quite niche. I was explaining to somebody today about what it is. But, we have to take those wins, Tim. We were voted number one camping podcast in the world by the listeners of Player FM.
And, that's an independently viable, verifiable organisation. We haven't bribed them for that. We are world number ones. We are the
world number ones. We attained that quite early on. Okay, there might just be 3 camping podcasts out there, but we were better than the other 2. There's a lot more out there, but
and the other 2 were mainly about fishing.
Course fishing, that's not camping.
Oh God, no! It is it's unbelievable, really. You kind of look back from those first few episodes when all of our listeners were friends and family because we'd literally told them to listen, and even then we only had about 5 downloads for that first one for the first few weeks. Yeah. We haven't got a lot of friends or family, to be honest, that could be bothered, and it's pretty epic now, that we seem to have people who quite like the fact that we just talk nonsense at each other, because it sure as hell ain't for the camping advice.
Or being able to string a coherent sentence together in one line without saying and things.
Or maybe they just really like hearing you beg Snow Peak to sponsor us.
It's either that, I was like off last week's episode, and our wonderful listener in Texas, of which there are a few, I was thinking maybe, all those stumblings and getting our words kind of muddled up and laughing and stuff like that, maybe that just goes down well. Maybe we need to move to Texas, Tim.
I think we do. I'd be up for that. I'd be all over that in a heartbeat. Do they need any nurses in Texas? Do they need chimney sweeps?
This is not the nurse you were thinking of when...
Yeah, when somebody when somebody orders a stripogram, they don't order male nurse. It's not on the tick list.
I've not seen that on the Chippendales. Not that
Chip
I'm
and
looking,
Tim's,
by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to say it. How many times do you watch the Chippendales?
I've watched Magic Mike.
Have you? Why would you do that? Before you answer, let me just say there's no right answer to that.
There isn't. I was like, oh, I'm locked in now. Oh, God.
I feel a bit dirty for you.
There was a storyline there. It's a love story, Tim. It's a love story.
One man.
I'm a romantic at heart.
And his oily nipples.
Oh, this is taking a turn for the worst. As you persevered this long, 100 episodes, we thought we would do something rather spectacular for tonight's episode, and count down our 100 things that you must have for camping.
Yeah, we have put together a comprehensive list of camping goodies and goodness. And we are going to count them down from 100 down to 100 being probably the most useless, and all the way down to number 1. So strap in, people. This could be a long one.
It could be a long one. And also, I think we're going to have lots of people yelling at their speaker systems or headphones or disagreeing with us. We don't care. We are doing ours, okay? You might put them in a different order, but you know what? You're here for the ride. You've listened this long. Keep on listening, buddies.
Yeah, you might disagree with some of these things, but you know what? This is casual camping podcast. This isn't serious camping podcast. Go with the flow, people. We're just having a laugh,
Serious camping podcast didn't get Player FM #1 camping podcast of the decade, did they?
No, they didn't. They're probably getting listened to by some serious person in Antarctica, though.
Geek.
I know they probably need serious camping podcasts in Antarctica, though, don't they? But
yeah, they do. They've got to keep it really not casual down there.
No, they got to be super sensible. How are we going to do this, Ed? Do you want to count down the first 99 and I do number 1?
Drum roll, please. Let's do, rather than it just being a list of things, let's do 10 at a time, take it in turns, Tim, and see whether actually we agree with each other. I mean, we both put into this list, but see whether we agree or go, have you ever taken one of them camping?
Okay, then. Well, I'll start with number 100, and I can already say, no, I've not taken this camping. It's a Bool set. And
Bulls, Tim. Bulls. Explain to people what you mean.
Well, Bulls is like that sort of French Spanishy game where you're throwing balls, and it's a bit like bowls, but they call it Bulls. And essentially, has anybody taken a bull set? But it's a game. Take a game with you. Take. We took a dartboard once, and it was great fun. And we propped it up against the bottom of a tree and stood about 20 foot away and lobbed darts at it, and it was great fun. So number 100, is take some kind of a game. Take bulls, take a dartboard, take a football, take someone to play with.
So I can already see the way that this is going. Okay, so yes, bear with us. I think bulls. I have taken bulls once.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, no, it was a family holiday. It was entertainment, Tim. We've talked about it in the past. I'm one of those people.
Good for you. I thought you were bull. Oh no, I can't say the other word to that. No. Me, but no. Good on you. Well done for taking a load of old bull.
I think we almost need, Top of the Pops, where they used to do a countdown, like some backing music that goes, right, okay, from 100, okay, we've got bulls. 99, we've got roof box. 98, we've got bike panniers. 97, camping clothesline and pegs. Coming in at number 96, we've got reflective survival blanket. And at 95, campfire tripod and chain. Ooh, that's an unexpected low position for that, Tim, for me. Camping, compact camping heater at 94. Portable projector, ooh, at 93. 92, satellite communicator. 91, GPS watch.
Wow, Ed, God, you like rattled through them. It's I can underlay a little bit of music. Shall I do that for the next one? I'll underlay some free music that we can just have underneath.
Make sure it's not bagpipes or something.
No, I might get the music from Bagpuss. Up to date TV reference.
Up to date TV reference. Yeah,
So,
there's lots of people going off on a tangent now, going, "What is Bagpuss?" We've never heard of that.
There's a Bagpuss movie coming out. It's
What?
Yeah, they're making a new Bagpuss movie. It's animated movie. So of those 10 things, then what have you got in those 10 things?
Compact camping heater, a portable projector. I think I've got a GPS watch. I've got an Apple Watch kind of thing. Does similar kind of stuff. And a campfire tripod and chain.
Cool.
How about you?
I've got a camping clothesline and pegs, and I have to say, I'd have liked to have seen that higher up, but there's other things that are more important. But it comes on every camping trip, and it's so blooming useful to have a proper clothesline to dry your towel and your wet socks and things like that. I always carry a reflective survival blanket in my little first aid kit. I've got the campfire tripod and chain. I don't have a compact camping heater. I don't have a portable projector. I don't have sat communication. I don't have a GPS watch. But I think they're all important stuff. So it's me then counting down from 90. Here we go. At number 90, straight at 90, it's insect repellent gadget. 89, electric cool box. 88, it's a Bluetooth speaker. Yes, Bluetooth speaker at 88. 87, LED string lights. And it's a surprise at 86, solar panel charger. 85, rechargeable headlamp. 84, solar shower. 83, it's a spice kit or seasoning shaker. 82, it's solar panels. And at 81, we've got a hammock just for chilling in.
Woo.
Sorry, that was my best DJ voice. I won't do that for all of it. I won't do that, I promise.
Honestly, I was explaining to somebody today that we've got voices for radio or podcasting.
Yeah, faces not for looking at.
Yeah, there's some good stuff there, to be honest. We've got into some good stuff quite early on. I do have a solar panel charger.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I bought the solar panels last year for going away when I was camping for a week, and I've not used it since. But the heart wants what the heart wants, Tim.
Yeah.
There have been smaller times, and I think, yeah, you know what, my battery pack will last. I don't need to have that solar charger going as well, but
yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff on there that I do like. I do want an insect repellent gadget. I haven't got one. I am going to Scotland, but I'm hoping by November the midge has gone. I used to own an electric cool box, and that was pretty handy. It was an Outwell one. It lived in the car a lot of the time. That was a nice piece of kit. I always take a Bluetooth speaker. I do have LED string lights. I have got a solar panel charger. I do have everybody knows we've got a fantastic pair of rechargeable head torches,
Yep.
from the nice people at LED Lenser. Never had a solar shower. I've had a shower in the sun, but I've never had a solar shower.
Yeah, I've not had a specific solar shower, but I've used a MSR bladder that was black that kind of just made the water really warm. And I thought, it's a hot day, that water is warm enough. So it wasn't like, yeah, it was just doing the same sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean,
leave it out in the sun.
yeah, it's really simple technology, isn't it? It's just let it warm up.
Yeah, yeah. You've got a hammock, do have solar panels, solar shower, no, but, rechargeable headlamp, of course. And they come in handier. Probably, I would have said, further on down. Bluetooth speaker, like you say, I use one every time I go away.
Yeah.
Every time. People rely on me bringing my speaker.
They do. They do. I have to say, when we went camping with to Fire and Stars the other week, Matt had the best playlist going, didn't he? Oh my God, that went on for hours, and it was the best playlist I think I've ever had.
Yeah, I think so. When you just hit the groove, and that was a good one. It really, really was. But yeah, really, really good. I guess I'm on to the next one. Okay. Coming in at number 80, we've got Stargazing app and Sky Map. Woo! Coming in at 79, camera GoPro. 78, Frisbee or Boomerang. Did that come back? Maybe not. 77, binoculars. Sorry, the oldies are goodies, and I'm an old one. Binoculars. 76, playing cards. 75, book or Kindle. 74, guitar or ukulele. 73, fingerless gloves, with or without the LEDs.
With
72, yeah, with. 72, camping sandals or Crocs. 71, hip flask.
Oh, what a cracking group the 70s were. Heck.
I mean, yes. Tick, 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 tick. Got all of them.
Yeah, it's. I do have a Frisbee or a Boomerang. I mean, come on, we've got a lot of listeners down in Australia. They love a Boomerang down there. It's they love a Boomerang down there. Where are we? I do have a stargazing app on my phone because that's just brilliant to do when you're camping and there's no lights around, and it's like, what's that constellation? Which planet is that? It's such a great thing to do.
It's mind-blowing, isn't it? I've also done the tracker plane.
Yeah.
When you see things going over and you go, oh, right, okay, pointing at what's that thing moving? And you go, oh, that's off to Tenerife.
Yeah. Lanzarote.
I'm eating carbs, they're going to Marbs.
I can't beat that one. Well done. That is a great idea. You've always got a camera because it's on your phone, and being podcasty people, I actually have a second phone so that we can do different camera angles.
Different, and yet you've always got that hung up in a tree. And how many times have I seen fire, but I still want to take, it's like they're individual kind of. Remember that time we had that really big fire? I still look at the one when Fire-Oki was invented, and you put 2 bags of wood on and went, let's get this baby started.
I bring the party, I tell you. Well, I'll bring, 3rd-degree burns. It's, but we had a laugh.
We did. It was one hell of a. We're still talking about it 3 years later.
I know, bonkers, isn't it? Frisbee, Boomerang, binoculars. Yes, I've got binoculars. They tend to go on my hikes rather than just camping, but they're great things to have. Playing cards. You've got to take playing cards on a camping trip because they're playing cards. If it's chucking it down rain and you're stuck in a tent, play cards. Go on.
No, I was going to say, so the other that we were talking about apps about stargazing. There's an app about the other one that I've got, which my partner introduced me to, is Merlin Bird HD, which listens to the sound of birds because I can't differentiate, and it tells you what birds they are from their bird song. Brilliant.
That is brilliant. I need to get that one. I do need to get that one. It's
Yeah.
another app I've got, just to throw it in there as we're talking about that, is the International Space Station spotter. Because there's nothing nicer than going, that's the International Space Station just going overhead. And it goes
Wave.
way quicker than you think it can. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And I live in the UK. The last time I saw it, as it went out of view over the horizon, you can look on the map and see where it's directly over. It was over Germany.
Wow.
And I've only just lost sight of it, and it's over Germany. It's just like it's moving so fast. It's so high up. It's a really cool thing to see. So it's
Yeah, I think entertainment, it comes back to one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're out there, and how are you passing the time other than drinking beer?
Yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Guitar and ukulele. I don't know. If I see somebody else kind of camping next to me and they get out a guitar, particularly if they get out a, Ed Sheeran-esque ukulele, I just think, oh, I'm going to have to move my tent because these are just a couple of crusty jugglers that I don't want to camp next to. However, if I could play guitar, I would absolutely take a guitar camping with me every single time and pretend that I was like some acoustic genius. So it's just jealousy. It's pure jealousy. Anyone that can do that, I think you're amazing if you can play a musical instrument.
Yeah, I think we were camped next to somebody one time, a whole group that they come from London. This was at Tresick, and they were canoeing down. They were all single people that they'd signed up to this thing to meet people, really. It wasn't a dating thing. It was just, we're all going to do this. Who'd like to do it? People signed up. And one guy came over to us because somebody brought out a guitar, and he was like, it just stops everybody else talking. And it kind of does. It just, it gets a little bit mellow and stuff. I think unless they are putting requests out and getting everybody to sing along, then pop it away.
Yeah.
Pop it away. Think about everybody else.
Leave it at home. Leave it at home. So then, right. Shall I spread ourselves down into the 60s? So it's at number 70, inflatable lounger. 69, hammock chair. 68, a bivy bag. 67, hammock with bug net. 66, bell tent. I wish I'd so wanted that higher up, but here we go. It's an agreed list. 65, swag.
That should be higher up. Of course it should. It's a swag a lot here.
64, chocolate stash. Your super snacks. 63, boot bag. 62, bear stroke childproof food container. 61, small cool box or bag.
The one that I'm going straight to there is chocolate stash.
Yeah.
There's nothing quite like being a little bit drunk and going into your tent to root about for that spare bit of chocolate that you've left because you just need a bit of a sugar rush.
Yeah. I'm all on the snacks, and there's got to be sweet stuff. Snack of the week today is a bag of Haribo Star Mix. Chomping my way through it at the moment. You've got to have something sweet. You got to take that. It's the bell tent and the swag. They're at 66 and 65. They're our favourites. We love them to bits. It only highlights what kind of important stuff is higher up on this list, because that's seriously important stuff to us. I think it's there. You've got on there, almost a little confusion. You've got hammock chair and hammock with bug net. Hammock chairs are those sort of folding chairs where you're swinging in it. You're kind of suspended in it, and you can it's like a rocking chair, but it's a hammock, and they're they're just really cool to sit in. They're just like super comfy because you're in front of the fire and you just kind of swing in yourself ever so gently, and
Yeah.
they're just really cool chairs. I do like those.
Yeah, it's like a rocking chair, isn't it? Those that we saw earlier this year. Supposedly, they're like $100 million business in America this year.
Yeah, those piston
Yeah.
ones with them that are actually rocking chairs, and they fold up really small to those. They are pretty cool.
I was going to make a little joke there, Tim. I don't think you need to be that drunk to use one. Bum. I'm a dad. It's allowed. And I like the bear stroke child-proof food canister. Nobody wants to be cooking dinner and know that that's gone the day before, do they?
Yeah, no, and that can be for like your main food if you're in North America and you've got bears trying to steal stuff, or it can be if you're in the UK. It just keeps the kids away from the snacks, doesn't it? From that all important chocolate. So some kind of canister that can't be broken into by little hands.
Yeah, your small cooler bag box thing. You brought one camping the other week and it had like a little sort of, you didn't have to open the whole thing up. You could just have a little flap, grab a can, boom.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I love that little Coleman. I bought that in Bakersfield, America. And it came back with me on the plane, and it's great. It's great. It's got a little lift up flap, and it's great for just taking drinks out.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, really like it. Right. Okay. I'm getting into the 50s. So
we know that.
Yeah, I'll get you back for that. Right. 60. Whistle. Whistle, Tim. You whistle. Whistle for your dinner. 59. Spare torch with batteries. 58. GPS device. 57. Packing cubes and assorted storage. 56. Utility tote bag. 55. Windbreak. 54. Portable barbecue grill. 53. Dutch oven. 52. Collapsible washing up bowl. 54. Hanging organizer pockets.
You mean 51? You said 54. I said and 54. We don't do maths, do we? We don't do the maths, do we?
Tim, I couldn't be less excited about the 50s there. There's a lot of boring stuff there. What? Windbreak, you know when you need it, and you're glad that you have it, but wind, it's my nemesis when I'm camping. Hit the wind.
If you get a good one, it breaks the wind, Ed.
I know.
Breaks the wind.
You've got a good one. I was envious the last time because I didn't have a good one. I had a cheap one.
You did. You had one you made yourself. Out of some garden
pit
canes.
Pit and pending on that one. Okay.
Garden canes and some sellotape that you've just gone back and forth with.
Have you seen those shelters that people do with cling film?
No.
What do they call cling film in America? What's it, wrap?
Gosh, something wrap, yeah. Plastic wrap or something like that. Yeah, yeah, and it takes them like hours, and they have to do it on a time lapse because it takes so long to make these shelters, and then it's just like completely pointless.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, you're not going to change your pants in that, are you?
Ed, you don't change your pants. We've gone over this several times.
That's why I said you. That's why. You'll have your red socks on and your little suspenders. Nobody wants any more of a show.
Oh, my God. Can I just say, when I was hammock camping, I did change my pants. It's and thankfully, I was awake before anybody else because I was really cold, so nobody saw that I was naked in the woods.
Walking around the woods naked, Tim?
No, I was not walking around the woods naked. I was skipping. Oh God, the 50s ago. Now you can say this is a boring list, but this is some really serious, sensible stuff. So whistle. If you're out hiking when you've been camping, you really need a whistle, because if a whistle will carry sound a lot further than your voice will. And 3 long blasts says help. That's the emergency signal with a whistle. So 3 long blasts.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
How come I didn't know that?
I don't know. I've got what they call a hurricane whistle, which is actually 3 whistles in one. So when you really go for that,
bragger. I've got a hurricane whistle. Oh, have you now?
My whistle brings all the girls to the yard. My whistle is better than yours.
It really said that. Yes. Tim's bragging about his whistle.
Oh gosh, yeah. All right.
Is it a specific whistle that is called a hurricane whistle?
It is called a hurricane whistle. Yeah. I haven't named my whistle. This is my whistle. I've named it Hurricane.
Oh my God.
Oh God. Whistle's really important to take if you're hiking in the hills. And actually most decent backpacks come with a whistle built into the chest strap. So they've normally got one on there. Spare torch with some kind of power for it. Massively important to have an extra flashlight with you, to our North American listeners. GPS device, really important. It's good to have something like that with you. Assorted storage. You are Mr. Storage King, so I'm not surprised that's scoring so high up on this list. A utility bag, because you need to put those little bits and bobs in. Windbreak, we've talked about. It breaks the wind. Portable barbecue grill. You've got to have that, or fire pit.
Yeah. I love my BioLite, I have to say. And that's combining a few of those things, because it's got a power bank in it, and it cooks, and it keeps you warm.
And it's a GPS device as well, isn't it? No, I'm joking. I don't
think so.
No. Dutch oven is now one of my favourite pieces of camping equipment, because the cooking that it allows you to do is just epic. And I do always take a collapsible washing up bowl. It fits exactly in one of my flight cases right at the top. And I know last week we both kind of agreed that we hate doing the washing up. It does make the washing up a little bit easier.
It makes it so much easier. I used to use, what is the biggest thing that you have to wash up? Generally a frying pan or something like that, and then wash other things into it so that the water's filthy in the end, because you don't have much water. So yeah, it does. You're perfectly right.
So then, shall I move into the 40s? I'm going back in time to the 40s when we were both young. So number 50 is a folding stool. 49 is some instant noodles. I always take a pot noodle. Emergency lunch. 48 is a saw. 47 is a camping coffee maker.
Ooh.
46 is a table big enough to sit at. 45 are some wool socks, preferably long in red to the knee, with suspenders.
Is that to cover any of the blood?
44 is a camp bed. Get your ass off the ground, as we always say. 43 is a down quilt. 42 is a power bank or power station. And 41 is a ground sheet or footprint for your tent.
I'm liking 41. I swear by having a ground sheet or footprint.
Yeah.
Gives it a little bit of extra life. A little power bank. Down quilt, of course. Camp bed.
You've got that.
Yeah, of course. Wool socks. Yeah, I appreciate them. Table big enough to sit at. I thought that was just my age, but no, a lot of people do quite prefer it.
I love my new table. It's great. I love the fact it's got adjustable legs, so it can sit low if you want a lower table. But I love the fact that they like to come up and literally you can sit at it and eat, and that's just fab. You getting another beer there, sir? Gosh, one.
I am. I'm on the amber nectar.
Oh, yeah, you're on the Fosters, aren't you?
Cheers. Aids a bit of a lager out.
He's become Cockney now.
Listen, I'm a chimney sweep.
Oh yeah, yeah. 98.7% Cockney. It's
Anyway.
Anyway.
Cheers.
Cheers, sir. Cheers, sir. Yeah, instant noodles. I always take a pot noodle. I know a few people noticed it in my snack box from our camping trip videos from a couple of weeks back, and but it's like sometimes if you're just really hungry, you don't want to do anything else, or you just want something really quick. Pot noodle is just lovely.
I think you're right, and it should be kind of a prerequisite for entry onto any campsite.
Yeah.
Do you have your pot noodle, or those super noodles? They're just as good. I think
ramen. They call them ramen, don't they? Everywhere else, but it's the same thing.
I don't care how you eat them, Tim. Just
ramen. Just ramen.
I mean, I have seen you eat them, and it does seem a little bit like that. But yeah, and there's some really fancy ones out there these days. And yet, when I go to buy those, I go, I do like a pot noodle.
Yeah,
and just buy the pot noodle.
Chicken and sweet corn.
Chicken and sweet corn. Why would they make any? Like somebody said, "Oh, have you tried those others?" I was like, "No, there's no need. They made the best one there."
I did try one because one was at the back of the cupboard when we moved house, and clearly it'd been there a long time.
Like them biscuits that have been there.
Yeah, like those biscuits.
For 3 years.
I nearly killed you with. And it was a doner kebab pot noodle. I got. I mean, they smelt bad, but I thought, well, I'll taste it. I only tasted it once. It was like the sweatiest, dirtiest socks, but in your mouth. And I was just like, it was just the most disgusting thing I've ever put in my mouth. And
I
hope
we get sponsored by noodles now. That'll be like. I think that's great marketing for them because, like, if somebody said that, you were like, I'm gonna have to try to see whether that is.
Yeah,
they'd have instant sales, maybe only for a week.
Yeah, because it does taste like disgusting, sweaty, filthy socks. Send us your pictures of you trying the doner kebab pot noodle.
And if you don't have them in your country, because I can't imagine pot noodles are over in America, but prove us wrong. We'd like to know.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, are they in Australia? Are they in Indonesia?
Antarctica, maybe?
There must be loads in Antarctica. They really like to fly in, aren't they? So they don't weigh a lot. They could literally take in like 10,000 for like next to nothing.
Yeah.
Go on then. Moving to 30s, lad.
Okay, so top in the 30s at 40, we've got tarp or shelter sheets.
Yes.
39, compact table. 38, double burner stove. Ooh, 37, camping pans. 36, the good old spork. Wasn't there in the 60s. It's been around since the 90s. 35, insulated flask. 34, water butt. 33, my favourite, Yeti mug. 32, sun hat cap. 31, fleece.
Yeah, you see, it's another great list, isn't it? I've got loads on there. I mean, I added a double burner this year. I've the Jetball Genesis, or as we like to call it, Jenny.
Jenny.
She's a fast burner, is Jenny. It's she can be a slow burner too, though, because it does simmer.
Oh yeah, she simmers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Jenny. With those noodles.
Ramen.
Tim, wait until the kids have gone to bed.
Sorry.
I mean, I know you like it fast and hard, but I've seen you cooking.
Oh, God.
Oh dear. Anyway, let's move on.
Move on. Let's talk about the sporks for 5 minutes.
The sporks, a brilliant invention, and yeah, I'd have liked to have been there when they were trying to name that.
Yeah. Isn't there a rival company that made something that's almost
Like
the same?
a foon.
But they yeah, there is a foon. There is
Yeah, there is a foon.
there is a foon.
I think it's like maybe it was that early kind of 80s Betamax and VHS kind of thing, or the 90s the Blu-ray and what was that other one?
Red Ray. It was Blu-ray or Red Ray. It's
Oh my God.
I know. There's a funny story about how they actually picked which one to go with, but it's to do with the pornography industry, so I can't share that story on here.
Right, okay.
It's,
I wouldn't know.
no, neither.
Well, apparently you do.
I just know the interesting story behind it. Well, I'll tell you now. Fair enough.
No. Let's move on and keep
Let me just-
inquiring.
let me
Yeah,
just put my
all we're
red
saying
socks
is
on.
watch what you Google, people. Watch what you Google. Not watch it. I mean, just be careful out there. Okay?
Yeah, all right. Go on, Ed.
Oh my God. This is minefield.
Moving on. So at number 30, we've got a down jacket, keeping you nice and insulated and warm. 29, a wool blanket. Really great to have a wool blanket. I love taking a wool blanket. Proper keeps you warm, proper keeps you insulated. 28, a Bic lighter. The endless uses for a Bic lighter, mainly for lighting things, but it's just, it never lets you down, does a Bic lighter. 27, a ferro rod or fire steel, whatever you want to call it. 26, we've got fire lighters and fat wood. 25, some stormproof matches. They're incredible stuff. If you haven't got some of those, get some of those. I've got them in each of my fire kits, and they are just brilliant. 24, fixed blade knife. You've got to. Are you even camping if you haven't got, a fixed blade knife, in a really nice sheath and looking really, really damn cool and fine, like you might injure yourself at any minute by trying to whittle a bit of wood.
Yeah, that's the danger we like, Tim. It's the danger that's present.
Always, ever present when we're near sharp objects. Self-injury.
Ooh, I've got a splinter.
I'm all right now because that new knife you got me, the Venture Pro by Victorinox, it does come with little tweezers. So I'm sorted for those splinters.
Is it even a multi-tool if it doesn't come with tweezers?
Does a Leatherman come with tweezers? I don't think so. That's why I've never owned one. What would be the point? They're utterly useless, aren't they? 23, a folding fire pit. Gotta have one of those. 22, a day pack, around a sort of 20-litre day pack for getting out and hitting those hills. 21, a dry bag to keep all your stuff dry inside the day pack.
Ooh. So there's a lot about heat and fires and how you create it, as well as the dry bag, because you need to keep some of that stuff perfectly dry. But yeah, I like a lot of stuff. We're getting down into the hot stuff now, Tim. Love it.
This is the really, really nice bits of stuff. Now, I expect all of our listeners to, from this point on, really own everything. And maybe the top 60, the 60 and above, those things are optional. But below that, you really should be owning all of this stuff by now, people.
Yeah, come on. Are you really camping, or are you just in a caravan?
Even a trailer tent.
Oh God, yeah. No, I do own all of that. I really do, and one knife is never enough. I
True.
take probably about five with me on any serious trip, just to, you can never own enough knives. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I do agree. There's always multiple fixed cutting weapons, not
Yeah,
weapons. That's the wrong tools, cutting
tools. They're
tools. Sorry, they're
tools.
tools, Tim. Tools,
But
Tim.
like the lighter, the ferro rod, you know,
Mm.
different uses. Sometimes as needs must, oh, I need a fire lighter and a Bic lighter. Other times you've got a bit more time on your hands. Oh, I'm gonna, whittle fire sticks. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna
Mm.
start a little bit slower, and there's other methods, but we've not got to them just yet.
No,
They're
no.
further down the list, I
I
think.
remember I remember being at the Bushcraft show last year, and there was, I think it was Jason Ingemels from Wilderness Ways. He was talking about being in the Serengeti or, with the Maasai. And they were teaching the Maasai how to do bushcraft firelighting because actually the Maasai just went, well, we just use a lighter because it's quick and we've always got a lighter. And actually, it is that simple sometimes. And if you do need a fire lighting really quickly, you do have a lighter.
Yeah.
But it is fun to do some of the other stuff with like a ferro rod and things like that. But equally, it's great just to strike a storm match and stick it on a bit of fat wood or a firelighter and just, have fire. When you're really cold,
Yeah.
you just want fire, don't you?
Yeah, you really do. Right. We're into the 20s, Tim.
Okay, all right then.
Okay. Right. Number 20. Yours and my favourite. Cool box.
Yes.
Whatever the brand, does it keep it cool? How long it keeps it cool is also down to the trip that you're on. But, 19, folding camp chair. 18, cast iron skillet. 17, camping kettle. 16, single burner gas stove. 15, merino wool base layer. 14, axe.
Yes.
Axe. So good I said it twice. 13, camping pillow. Sometimes you forget them.
Not anymore, because
Not anymore.
I've got my new one. It has arrived.
Number 12, pocket knife or multi-tool. And number 11, a compass.
Cool. I mean, that's a serious list of stuff there, isn't it? Like you say, the cool box. Love my Stanley cool box. You love your Yetis. I added a Dometic to it this year to my collection, and I have to say it's great. That's become my beer one because when I do want cold beer and I don't just want to have warm beer and set it on the side. Which actually, the last time I went camping, I just had warm beer. It is a thing. It is a thing.
There's Americans turning over in their coolers. I'm going, what? Something's wrong in the universe. I can feel.
They're going, that's another reason to hate the British. They drink warm beer. It's probably just me, to be honest. Folding camp chair. Everybody's got to have a folding camp chair, haven't they? It's you've got to, and we did a whole episode on the right chair. Go back and have a listen to it, but it's a science, people.
Yeah, it really is, and it's only your own science. You can hear about good chairs, but it's not until you get in them. You maybe have a couple of meals, you have a few beers. Only the right height and the right angle and all everything that you need.
Yeah. Base layers is a good thing to have on there that probably most people would have put further down the list, but actually my base layers come away on most camping trips with me. It's if I might just use them as pajamas. It's but if I'm walking the hills and it's going to be chilly, if you're winter camping, having a proper set of base layers really does make the difference of keeping you warm. It's a really important piece of kit, and definitely as we're moving in the northern hemisphere into colder months, it's definitely something that gets dug out and gets taken on camping trips because it makes a big difference to keep you warm overnight.
Yeah.
So, and my camping pillow, I got the camping pillow.
Oh,
I got the camping pillow, which
the camping pillow.
camping pillow that we saw at the the the
The
outdoor trade
show.
show in Liverpool, where I'm not allowed to say Liverpool, but it's a great piece of kit. I absolutely love it, and it's going to come camping every every camping trip with me now. It was Climate, wasn't it? I was trying to remember the name then, but
Yeah.
it's a great camping pillow. I did purchased it from Amazon in the end. It turned out to be the cheapest place.
Well, they were saying that they wouldn't have them in stock till whenever, and the other got to get it out there.
Yeah,
People see the need. People
yeah,
see the need.
we do.
Um,
So
Camping
then,
Compass. We're on
yes,
Camping Compass. Now, I own one. It comes with me every time. I very rarely use it. I go with line of sight mainly, but you're good with the compass, aren't you?
I'm all right, but a compass is it's like speaking French. If you don't use it all the time, you will forget how to use it. It is more complicated than you think. It's fine when the conditions are like really nice and clear, and you can see where you are, and you can kind of see where you're going, and you use it, to go from A to B when the conditions are good. When the conditions get bad and it's rainy and it's foggy, you can get lost really quickly if you don't really know what you're doing with it. So it's one of those things. Get a compass, practice how to use it before you go out on the hills. It is great. The compasses on like your smartphones and things like that, they're not brilliant. They're a backup at best. So nothing replaces actually good skills of being able to read a map, an actual paper map, and use a compass. It's and actually you look really bloody cool with one. I think it's a really cool piece of camping equipment. And I've got a couple of compasses, and it's like you say with pocket knives and things like that. There's certain bits of equipment that you can never have too many of them. Compasses, they're just a really cool piece of kit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I have them. I maybe do not have the skills to use it properly and would rely on a phone. But some of the skills I need to update.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with that. I am not brilliant with them, and don't get me wrong, I use the phone an awful lot of the time to I've got the Ordnance Survey app, premium edition, and it's got every map on there, but you got to be prepared for the eventuality where your phone dies or you lose your phone. So you gotta kind of know how to get yourself out of that situation. But
Yeah.
For most people, don't put yourself in that situation. Stay around the campfire and have a beer.
Have a beer. Cheers. Right, we're into the top 10, Tim.
Okay,
I think we
then.
do these individually and maybe have a little chat about them.
Yeah, I think very true. So in at number 10, it's a hiking tent. So a little tent, a one man, two man, something reasonably light. If you want to go fast and hard, whether that's hiking up a hill and camping up there, or actually if it's just a way to a campsite for one night, you don't always want to take all the stuff. Having a hiking tent as an option is brilliant. We've got listeners who go, mountain bike camping. We've got listeners who go on motorbikes and camping. You're not doing that with a bell tent, are you? It's you've got to have a hiking tent.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think for me, there's some very pretty hiking tents out there.
Yeah, there are.
They're the thing that got me, I want the best tent. I want that tent. I want a 3-season. Oh, look at the 4-season. All of those things.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some beautiful ones out there. And like you say, they have, well, I mean, you and I are people that have many tents. We've got those little ones. We love them.
I
We love
loved
them.
last year when I went to climb Ben Nevis up in Scotland, and we camped on a brilliant campsite in Glen Nevis. It was epic. One of the nicest things was actually just walking around this sprawling campsite because it's massive, and there's so many people there camping and climbing the hills, but they're all in little, mountaineering tents and hiking tents, and it's great to wander around there and just look at all this incredible gear that's just all set up. The Hillebergs, the Nor tents, the Foalraven, 2-man hiking tents. There's just some serious quality kit around there. Little hiking tents are super sexy, and I love them to bits. Love them to bits. That's why I love my North Face Big Fat Frog. It's not in the same, I'm not going to pretend it's in the same category as like Hillebergs and things like that. It's not, but it's a super sexy looking tent. Is the Big Fat Frog, and I love it to bits.
Yeah.
So then, number 9, we've got our one of our favourites. There's no surprise that this came in at number 9. This is the tent stove.
No surprise whatsoever. Well, mainly because I placed it there. Boom. I'm having it. And although we'd say tent stove, it's such a versatile bit of kit. You have it in your tent with a vent, great. I've had it stood outside in the summer and I just cook on it that way. Yeah. I've had it in the rain under a tarp with the vent going, with the flue going up the pole kind of thing. So it's outside and you're getting the warmth. I think it's such a versatile bit of kit. It's heavy, but I love it. And it's also quite useful when you're in a campsite and you can't have fires because they don't want it on the ground and stuff like that. But they do allow barbecues, and you go, well, actually, I've got this encased fire. Boom.
Yeah.
It's such a lovely bit of kit.
It is a beautiful piece of kit. I didn't have one for a long time. Now I just love it so much. It's and it totally extends your camping season to 12 months because you are toasty warm. I've camped in -5 and been lovely and warm, and it's just brilliant. It gives you the chance to wake up to snow, and it's bucket list stuff, and it just makes it all possible.
It really does. Like you say, it extends that season that you're camping. If you've not tried it, do try it. Go borrow one. Even go and find somewhere that's selling a canvas tent that has got a vent in it. You can watch our videos. We put vents in tents that didn't have them. But yeah, a beautiful thing. Yeah. Right.
Go on,
at number 8. The mighty blowtorch.
Dun, dun, dun.
We've talked about ferro rods. We've talked about stormproof matches. We've talked about fat wood. But you know what? A blowtorch just beats them all. It's quick. It's there. It's instantaneous. And it sorts you out on a cold night when you can't get that fire working any other way.
When you absolutely got to have a fire, just use a blowtorch, because it is going to get damp wood burning fast. It's just the most epic piece of kit. I know a few of our listeners have gone and bought them. Not a single one regrets it. I know that for a fact. And besides anything else, you look cool as. You look cool as getting a blowtorch out and lighting your fire. It's just epic. Epic stuff, and it sounds amazing, doesn't it, when they light?
It really does. It really, really does. I've just deleted the list, so you're going to have to. I don't know how I've done it. I've just deleted the list we're talking about. So you're going to have to do the other one.
It's on your email, Ed. It's on your email.
Yeah, it's just disappeared somewhere. I don't know what's happened.
Okay.
But yeah, the other thing with the blowtorch.
Sent it to you again.
Oh, thank you. The other thing with the blowtorch, though, is: have you ever tried to get barbecue stuff going. You know, the
briquettes, the charcoal,
the briquettes.
Yeah,
they're a real swine to get going with the fire and whatever
yeah.
else. So yeah.
They are brilliant for lighting briquettes because you can light all the briquettes at the same time, so you get that even heat, and they're brilliant for when you're using the pizza oven on top of the briquettes because they really get the temperature up really quick. You know, endless uses for a blowtorch, people, endless uses. So at number 7. It's a water filter, so like a Sawyer Mini or a Life Straw. Massively important piece of equipment, and so versatile, and extends your, if you're out solo hiking and camping, it extends your distance because you don't have to carry all that water. It's also a great piece of kit for like a like prepper situation or base camp situation where you've got that sort of what's that big container that you've got, that massive one?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh
What do you
God.
mean?
You've got like a 20-litre water can, haven't you, that's got a water filter built into it.
Oh, yes.
Put you on the spot there, haven't
You
I?
really put me on the spot while I was trying to look for this list that
don't worry.
it says that you've sent me, but it's not opening.
Okay, not to worry.
Yes.
So yeah, a water filter is in at number 7. I think it's a great piece of kit. I've got a number of those little Sawyer Minis, and they're absolutely brilliant when you're out hiking because you never have to carry more than a litre, and it means you've always got some water with you. Go on then. You do the next one. Next one's yours.
Number 6, a head torch.
I just realised we got a head torch twice.
We've got a head torch twice. That's because the lead lenser is so good, Tim. and we've got 2 of them.
Recovery. Good recovery for our stupidity.
They don't come here for flipping facts, Tim. They come here for a laugh.
Are the top 5 just head torches?
Yes, they are.
Now you get the versatility of having a good head torch, so that your hands free. You're not carrying a flashlight. It's strapped to your head. Is great, and we do love that lead lenser, HF8. It's a stunning piece of kit. Numero 5 is a waterproof jacket, a good quality waterproof, breathable jacket. Particularly here in the UK, the weather is unpredictable at best. You can have 4 seasons in one day quite easily, and you need to be protected against those elements. A good quality waterproof jacket is an absolute must. Absolute must.
Yeah, it really, really, really is. And also, if you're in the intemperate seasons where it's a bit colder and a bit windy and a bit wet and whatever those things are, stop your body temperature getting to the point that you get into danger. It just really does. So be sensible. Maybe spend a bit more money on those things than you would normally do, but they will save your life, and I think they're really, really good.
I think you could probably say that certainly about the top 10 is definitely worth. If you're looking at this list, where are you going to spend the most amount of money? Your top 10 should be quality items, not stuff off Temu, because you need this stuff to work, don't you?
Yeah, you really do. There's a whole comedy thing there about life-threatening kind of thing. Shouldn't have gone to Temu. Oh dear. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Cool. And, I'm sure that there are some things on there that, are pretty good as well. But number 4, hiking boots. Similar to waterproof jackets, your feet get cold, your feet get wet, your feet get in a horrible state. But it's surprising how much it really upsets the rest of your body, your mood, and everything else. It just brings you down if you've got like the wrong kind of boots.
Yeah, yeah. And size is really important, isn't it, Ade? So that and it's
Oh,
half a size can make all the difference between your
yeah,
feet being bloody stumps and and your feet being really comfortable. So buy the right size for your feet. Don't think it's a bargain and I can get away with a smaller size because it turns out you
yeah.
can't. Turns out you can't.
No, no, and Tim found that the hard way while he was on a walking holiday to Germany.
It didn't stop me, and I
I
kept
heard the
walking.
story from Good Time Tom, who said actually he was a proper little trooper.
I didn't moan about it, and we went walking the following day with the same boots, with the same feet, in a bloody mess. But you know what?
Oh,
I'm a Yorkshireman. I paid for this holiday. I wasn't going to not do it, was I? I'm not going to lose the money.
I was going to say we're made of sterner stuff, but no, we're just cheap. Oh dear.
Oh God.
Right. Well, we've talked about
Oh
this
yeah.
lots over the last year or two or three. A self-inflating sleeping mat with a high R rating.
Yeah. Very,
Once
very
again,
important.
you get cold, it can be life or death. A really good mattress. It's something that I've not invested in. I've been camping for 30 years. Didn't invest until maybe 5 years ago on a really good one,
Yeah. It's
and I've
you've
never
had
looked
I'm
back.
going to say you've had a decent night's sleep ever since, haven't you?
Yeah, I really have.
It's really, a really important sleeping mat, a really good quality sleeping mat, and the R rating it's an important thing to look at because, it's not about thickness of the mat because there can be some thicker mats that actually don't perform because the foam that's in them is a bit rubbish. Having that high R rating means that you are going to keep the body heat that you've got. It's not going to leach it into the ground as much as one with a lower rating. So it's a seriously important piece of kit, and you do need to spend money on that. You're not going to get that high R rating for pennies. It's going to cost you quite a few pounds and dollars. But
Yeah.
nice piece of kit though. I've got my mountain equipment one, and it's a nice piece of kit. It's nice. You can trust it. You can rely on
Yeah.
it.
And like you say there, I mean there are cheaper ways of getting that R rating up. I don't know whether you can actually specify how much you've got it up, but there are those foil sheets and those that you can buy that are quite cheap, but you can get those down underneath cheaper ones and build it up that way. But
Yeah,
so fit it to your pocket, obviously what you can afford, but there are ways of doing it. But it's so important,
yeah, it is.
a good night's sleep, it's your sanctuary. It helps you sort out the following day and things. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So number two, I'm going to leave you with number one to do, but number two
Ooh.
is and this was a tough, but really the choice that came number one is it's a tough one between these two, but we've gone with number two is a canvas tent with a stove jack. And we're both canvas tent converts. We're completely over to the cult of canvas. It it's such a great material to camp in. Yes, it's heavier, but it's breathable. It's single skin. You never have that sort of dewy inner layer of a tent touching
No,
your
never.
face. It's brilliant. You because it's breathable. You I don't know. Somehow the air's a bit cleaner inside them. It's just a brilliant material to camp within. And
Yeah.
we both love our canvas tents. It's the best tents we've owned, and having a stove jack in it just means you've got yourself hot tent in there. It's the best piece of equipment I've bought is my canvas tent.
Yeah. Huzzah, I would agree with that wholeheartedly. And anybody thinking that that's just a winter thing, they are cool in summer and a lot cooler than nylon,
Yeah,
man-made
totally.
fibers in the summer months. You can specifically not use the tent stove, but I went away this summer. You know what? It gets a little bit chilly on a night. It's a beautiful thing to look at. You go to bed and you just want that little embers kind of,
Yeah.
you know,
And if
it's brilliant.
And if the weather's rubbish outside and you're not going anywhere, it's great that you're not just locked in a tent. You're locked in a tent with your own fire. So one, you're going to be warm. Two, the tent's not getting as wet and saturated as it might do. And
Yep.
and three, you're playing with one of your favorite toys, which is just making a little fire. And they're so economical with wood. They hardly burn anything and they kick out all that heat. You can cook on them. It's just it's just a canvas tent with a jack stove with a stove jack is should be on everybody's list. Should be on everybody's
Yeah.
list. It isn't top of our list, so go on then, Aid. Drum roll, if you please. What is
Uh,
tell everybody what is our number one top of the casual camping podcast 100 camping items is
a sleeping bag.
sleeping bag, a 3-season sleeping bag
Yeah.
specifically. Go on then. This was the argument really because I put canvas tent at the top, but you managed to persuade me. Why is a 3-season sleeping bag at the top of our list?
Because you can have a tent and you'll be out of the elements, but you could still freeze. Whereas decent 3-season sleeping bag, could save your life. It's just one of those things that you will have a good night's sleep. You will survive until, wherever. And let's face it, we're not in dangerous conditions wherever we go. But, you know, you had a cold night
Yeah,
at the end of August in England. And how miserable did that, you were up, you didn't sleep,
yeah,
and so that was the thing that I said, it's not sexy. Some of the best things that we have are not sexy. But they save your life. They make that enjoyment of, as you said in our previous episode, the argument is everybody's a glamper because you want that bit of canvas. This isn't trials and tribulations. It's not the 1970s of forcing your kids to go camping when nobody likes it. It is, how can you make it the best camping experience?
yeah.
And a good sleeping bag just makes that. Good bedding,
Yeah, no, and 3-season is really the pinnacle to aim for, isn't it? Because if you're camping in summer and you think it might be too warm, then you just unzip it and use it as a blanket.
Yeah,
But,
you
but
open it up.
it means you don't need to own multiple sleeping bags. And if you are going in the winter and you need a 4-season, add a liner. So you're not, because a 4-season is a significant cost step up from a 3-season, isn't it? So you
Yeah.
end up spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds for a good quality 4-season, whereas a 3-season is you still have to spend a decent bit of money, but you're not spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds for it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're on the odd occasion that you think it's going to be really cold, add a liner to it, and it'll add about half a season on, and you'll be okay. So it's really the versatility of a 3-season sleeping bag that if you're only going to buy one, get a 3-season one, and it just gives that level, like you say, that level of comfort that makes the camping experience enjoyable.
Yeah, yeah. Can't reiterate it enough. That's been our list for, that one person that stuck with us that wanted to know what our number one was.
That one person might have been our mediocre 5-star review this week, which comes from he says, trying to find it very quickly because I know I sent a screenshot of it to you. So it might be that one person that stayed with us all this time might be Paul from the Cotswolds. Paul
Yeah.
Ars.
All ours.
So,
Not Paula.
no, not Paula, just Paul. Came across your podcast only recently. I'm a newbie solo camper since 2023 and well cooked in terms of age, a bit like you guys. Thanks, Paul. Keep going. Thumbs up, he says. Thank you, Paul. You live in a beautiful part of the world. Cotswolds is stunning. You are a lucky man.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. I'm glad that, we're in the ether there and people are still finding us. So, yeah, thank you. We're on socials. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We are just finding our way with the chat that has been taken away by Facebook, but we will come back with something else.
Yeah.
I think it's been a great list, and it was good fun to do that.
I think it's an appropriate thing to do for our 100th episode is come up with 100 items to talk about. It's but just on that really, I'm super proud of what we've managed to do with Casual Camping Podcast. We've clearly filled a gap in many people's podcast lives in that, people like to listen to Yorkshire blokes, prattle on about stuff. But, thank you, each and every one of you. And, here's to the next 100.
Well, yeah, couldn't say that better, Tim. Cheers. It started with me and thee, and we recorded our last episode before this, and, it still gives me a blast. You're great company. I think the listeners out there hopefully would say the exact same. And thanks for listening, and thanks for being here, Tim, because I love it.
Cool. Well, I think you're okay.
I said love it. Okay. I know.
Oh no. I think the fact that we just laugh most of the way through these says it all, really. It's great fun to do it. When it stops being fun, we'll stop doing it. And if that's next week, well, it's next week. If that's that's next year, it's next year. We'll just see how it goes. But it's been absolutely fab. So hope you've enjoyed the list. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, and we will catch you on the next one.
Are we not doing a minute?
Oh, I forgot about it. Should we just sack it off for this week?
Tim, I think we've done an hour's mindfulness there.
I think we have. I think we've done an hour and 20 mindfulness there. So we'll let people go without a minute mindfulness. It's So yeah, let us know what you think of the list. If you want to make some significant changes to it, if you'd have a different top 10, stick it in our Facebook group. Let us know on socials, and it'd be funny to see what people have got on there. But in the meantime, I've been Tim.
And I've been Ade. Thanks for joining us this week.
Casual Camping Podcast accepts no liability and does not officially recommend any products or endorse any techniques discussed in an individual podcast episode or shown on Casual Camping Podcast social media accounts. Individuals should make their own informed decision and risk assessment of any products or advice prior to any purchase or use.